professor, I will test you in the worst way. Don't bring a Scantron, pop quizzes all day. Cause of our chemistry, we do biology.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe to doesnt. I know the picture's gonna come off offensive, but it's a story about a woman in North Carolina. I want to say her name is Angela Pittman. I read it earlier today. I saw it yesterday, but I read it earlier today. So she bought a lot and 3 buses to make like a mobile hair salon, you know, to start their business. So she does it in North Carolina. Some older white guy, you know, get off my lawn type white guy, right? What you doing here? What you doing in my country, boy? You know, that kind of dude, right? So he trying to, you know, intimidate the lady. She's like, you know, whatever. So he puts up swastikas and stuff, you know, and KKK type of memorabilia because he was like the neighbor or whatever. And the lady calls the police, and it's an older guy. Lady calls the police, and the police like, well, you know, Jethro isn't doing anything by putting up the flags and the hateful things. That's not a hate crime. That's freedom of speech. They're like, okay. He might be running off your business, but hey. And I sit there and I say, you know, this is the type of stuff that people who are not black do to black people. When we, you know, why don't you pull yourself up by your bootstraps? Like in my day, you know what I'm saying, after my great-great-granddaddy finished selling slaves, and we was in the sharecropping, and then we did we worked very hard, you know, skimming off the top and the bottom and in the middle, so you niggers can't eat. I mean, but we worked hard. So you see this stuff, and it reminds me of a story a few years back where it's a black man who's a business owner, like on the north side of Chicago. I think it was the north side. It's either the north side of downtown. And he opened up like a restaurant bar. And it was a nice establishment, but the people around there didn't want the Negroes to have a nice establishment. So they would do things like, I don't know, take a dump in a bag and put it in, you know, put it on a, you know, put it in the door, and, you know, hopefully, you know, it's just weird, you know, sometimes mess up the place. I don't even want to keep going, but mess up the place. Mess up the place before you come in, mess up the place in the inside when everybody's gone. By the time they get there, just mess up the place. So, and I remember doing a video years ago about Orange County, and I was talking about how white America doesn't like competition. And what I talked about was, there's a point, like a few years back, Asians were in Orange County, or are in Orange County, and it was more Asians than people, I guess, had a problem with. They were the model minority until their kids was going to school and getting better grades than the white kids, and then the parents started moving and complaining, right? So then it became nah, you can't be smarter than my Jimmy. And, you know, they tried to sabotage the situation a little bit, but upper middle class neighborhoods, you can't really do that. At home to home to home. But this is a reminder to that, where what you see is, you know, people like to talk all that. It's a free country, and you do what you want to do, and, you know, you're going to have obstacles. Yeah, you do have obstacles when you start a business, but the obstacle, you don't think that people are going to sabotage your business who don't know you because, you know, Now, the other thing I got to talk about, you know, that's my soft hater. That's what soft haters have meltdowns, you know what I'm saying? But another thing we got to talk about is an elderly man felt like he was intimidating this young woman. And now, I said this before, did a video earlier about, you know, an eye for an eye. And I'm not lying when I'm saying this stuff. Like, some of y'all people, I'm going to say this, more people than y'all think are really tired of y'all pushing the envelope to try to intimidate and muscle people. Like, I don't care if you 7 years old or 77 years old, you about to start getting effed up. And why I say that is because, like I said earlier about the article, the lady called the police, and the police was like, he ain't doing nothing. It's like, okay, all right, okay, he ain't doing nothing. Okay, I ain't gonna do nothing either. See, and and the people came, the way she's talking about, the guy came out, gun on him. It's women there because it's a hair salon, so it's mobile hair salons. So it's women there, and an old man comes out with a gun, and it's like, all right. So this is that cowardly nature that people are trying to talk about as being aggressive and assertive, and they're America. Oh, okay. Y'all gonna start getting stumped out and hurt, like really stumped out and hurt, and I know your family is gonna. Oh, he was a good person, and he was a sweet soul who just put swastikas up everywhere. But he was a God-fearing man who prayed to Jesus every night that the Negroes don't get into heaven. But he was a good man. Mm-hmm. And I said, and the reason why I talk about this is because with this country being in debt, in the economy putting a squeeze on people because of inflation, I remember this very well. I remember years ago when I was still in college, I had a girlfriend. She graduated before me, and we went to the grocery store, and she pulled out a credit card, and she pulled out a credit card at the grocery store. And the lady looked, this white lady said, "You have a platinum card? I don't even have a platinum card." And it's like, what the okay. And the reason I say that, why I put that in here, been places before where that's happened, where people go, it's like, whatever. But this idea that, when you see people have more than you think they should have, and it's more than you, and you decide this is the prime time that I could really just be a jerk about it, it ain't finna end the same way. It's not. It's not. It's gonna end bad for some of y'all. And playing the victim, some of y'all might not even make it to play the victim because people are that tired of that. That was out of pocket, uncalled for, and it's a sucker move. And then that woman has family and friends in that area. I can guarantee it, and they gonna see that dude. And I know you older guy, because you older men go with the women, and the grown men like to go with the teenagers. And now it's like, for some, I'm in my 40s, and I'm like I'm losing weight because I'm trying. I'm close to like 165 right now. I've never had a problem with that in my life. I take that back. One time when I was in 8th grade, my friends did that. But I haven't had a problem with a guy, with a racial incident where a guy really thought, like, even if a guy tried to be a bully, it didn't go as planned. And I know if at my size, I'm a little bit more deceivingly strong and powerful than I look. Let's just say that. I know they're not trying other people. My dad had that same story when he was at the mall with my little brothers, and one of the cops at the mall tried to press my little brothers, and my dad was just watching the whole time, and then he walked up on the cop, and I'm just talking to them. He's like, "Don't talk to my sons like that." He's like, "Oh, sir, those are your sons?" They were doing it. They weren't doing nothing. I was watching them and you this whole time. Don't you ever do that again? And it's like, and my dad used to be in law enforcement, so it wasn't gonna go well, but for this guy. But see, when we try to just do business and handle our business, this is how people act, man. And if you want separation, I get it. We're going to separate. It's no problem. But y'all got a tendency when we separate to try to tiptoe and creep your way over there, and it's not going to end well. Just saying. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace. You ever been at the top of the universe? I'm going to tell you that.